Hey guys, what's going on? MaxFTE here, and today I'm back with another Pokemon Go video. Today we're going to be jumping into some Master League battles that were sent to me by a trainer going by the actual Nomad. This is a really talented battler. They've hit Legend rank multiple times, so it's going to be a lot of fun jumping into some battles, giving my sort of take on them and, you know, that sort of thing. But yeah, did you also know that only 3.3% of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed? So if you're enjoying, make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe, helps on the road to 10k. But yeah, let's jump into the battles. As you can tell by the sort of little graphics at the side, this is going to be a team consisting of Palkia, Solgaleo, and Hisuian Avalugg. Now, Solgaleo is something that I've wanted to use in Master League for so long, but I just A, don't have a good one, and B, don't have the XL candies to max one out. So being able to sort of look at these battles here, it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you very much for submitting these battles. If anybody else wants to submit any, just comment down below, or you can sort of reach me on X/Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and, you know, submit them from there. This is also going to be a bit of a longer video than what we normally have, just because I figured, you know, we did get 2 sets of battles as opposed to the normally 1 set of battles that I do, so I figured it would be rude to pass up on the opportunity to cover them all, so yeah. Palkia as well is another thing that, again, I really want to sort of get, but don't have the XLs, as well as Hisuian Avalugg. I just don't have a good one. I've got a 96 with 14 attack and 14 HP, although I don't actually know if how sort of crucial that 15 attack is. I've not actually looked into the Sims that much, so I'll maybe need to give it a look. But yeah, so this is also going to be pretty interesting because obviously it's only ever been my battles that I've covered. Covering somebody that has hit Legend rank multiple times, obviously I'm going to be thinking things differently to what they think, just because, you know, they're sort of going to know the optimal plays to make a lot better than I am, basically. So maybe the commentary won't be the greatest, just because, you know, I might get thrown off by the sort of smarter plays that they're making. However, either way, it's going to be fun. Let's jump into some Master League battles. Farming down the Dialga with a Palkia, and we're able to get the Aqua Tail onto the Giratina. I didn't actually notice how much health they had. Doesn't quite take them out. However, we are just barely going to be able to reach the Icy Wind onto the Hisuian Avalugg and take them out. Hisuian Avalugg, it's a really sort of strong pick for the Master League at the moment. It's got a lot of coverage for that sort of core of the Zygarde as well as the Solgaleo. If you've got Crunch and if you've got Icy Wind, you can do really well against that core, which is really good fun to see. They come in with their Xerneas, they manage to catch the Moonblast onto the Solgaleo, which is looking really good. Gonna farm up a lot of energy here and go for the Psychic Fangs. To be honest, I'm really bad for baiting, so knowing myself, I probably would have just gone full Flamethrower here. I need to bait more. Yeah. They're going to go for a close combat. That's going to lower their defense, which is now going to take it down by 3 stages. At this point, I don't know what the count the Xerneas is at, so I'm not actually sure whether I would have shielded that. However, they managed to time it perfectly here. They got off the first Psychic Fangs, and then they get the second one with the CMP tie. Obviously, Solgaleo is going to win that, so that was just played perfectly there. The Hisuian Avalugg does have Rock Slide here, so that's going to make it a bit better against those Hotos and the, well, I was going to say flyers that you see, but that's sort of what the Icy Wind is for. They come in with the Dialga, and we can go for the Icy Wind, which is going to be hitting for neutral damage as well as lowering their attack. That's going to be really good. We do have a shield here. I think I would let this go here. Yes. Coming with the Solgaleo, we're able to farm down quite a bit just because of that steel typing. We are going to be resisting the Dragon Breaths, as well as we have lowered their attack with Icy Wind from the Avalugg, and because they let it through, they're actually going to give up the battle here. Palkia against Hoto, really good matchup. I would expect them to swap straight away, and they come in with the Garchomp, and then we come in with the Hisuian Avalugg. We can essentially just, I'm going to guess, shield. Okay, let that go through. I would have shielded there. See, this is already just those plays and being able to make those calls. That's the difference between somebody that has hit legend multiple times and myself, who has sort of never I've never reached expert rank. One day we're gonna do it 2024. Mark my words. We farm down the Garchomp and we go for the double rock slide against the Ho-Oh. This is really good, in a really good position at the moment. Gonna do a lot of damage to them. Unfortunately, they are just gonna reach a Brave Bird here, so I would have shielded this up. It is a Solar Beam, however, so that's even better that we shielded that up. And at this point, I would say this game is over. We've got this Palkia here that's got loads of health with Aqua Tails, as well as a Solgaleo in the back. It's a Smackdown Tyranitar, so they're not really going to be able to do much against the Solgaleo. Obviously, the Fire Spin isn't going to be doing much either. However, the Palkia is just too strong, and I'm going to take that game there. Palkia into the Rhyperior. This is a pretty positive matchup, I would say. Obviously, they can hit for super effective with a Breaking Swipe. However, the Aqua Tail is just going to be absolutely devastating to them. So, plus, I think we do outpace them just barely. So, we are. Oh, sorry, they do actually go for a Rock Wrecker there. So maybe it's not actually as comfortable for the Palkia as I originally thought. This is another thing as well. Like, I really enjoy the Master League, but I just don't have the Pokemon to compete properly in it. The team that I did love before, which was the Ho-Oh, Lugia, and Rayquaza line, I was in love with that team. However, Lugia got nerfed, as well as Rayquaza got nerfed to the ground, so yeah, a lot of fun. Going for the Icy Wind up against the Zekrom. This is I honestly think Hisuian Avalugg is such an underrated Pokemon for the Master League. I've seen so many clips from the actual Nomad on Twitter, as well as other videos on YouTube, that sort of thing, and yeah, it just looks nuts. I think I definitely need to look into the matchups with the 14 attack and decide whether I should invest in my one or not. Gonna go for the Aqua Tail against the Ho-Oh, and this is gonna be grabbing a shield, I want to say. Okay, oh no, sorry, they didn't even have any shields, and we win that game. Palkia against the Kyogre, that is a insanely good matchup, pretty much the perfect one. And they do come in with a Xerneas, and we did try to catch the Moonblast onto the Solgaleo. Unfortunately, we don't manage. They're probably going to throw the close combat. Thankfully, it doesn't actually do that much. And at this point, I want to say we're going to let this go through. And I think we can afford to go for Psychic Fangs, just because they've already minimized their defense as much as they can. I mean, look how much that one Psychic Fangs does. It's ridiculous. And at this point, we can just shield up and farm all the way down. Going to be looking really nice here. Just so that we can, because they had Kyogre in the front, I would say that switch alignment is more important than anything, just because Avalugg isn't really going to be that threatening to the Kyogre at all. And they do come in with a Dialga. You're going to go for the Aqua Tail and then swap in the Avalugg, just because we can go for the Icy Winds and lower their attack, as well as obviously, you know, that Kyogre threatening the Avalugg is not. Avalugg doesn't want to see it, basically. Going to use another shield here, and this is going to be the Iron Head. Obviously, that would do a lot of damage just because it's going to be super effective. And we're able to reach another Icy Wind. I want to say this is going to grab a... No, it's not going to grab a shield. Unfortunately, not quite able to farm all the way down. However, that does actually leave us with a little bit of farm. Oh no, so the undercharge, sorry. Going for the Icy Wind, that's going to lower the Kyogre's attack, and we can pretty much just come in with a Palkia, farm all the way down. I mean, I suppose they could have Blizzard, but even then, I don't know if it would KO at that range. Obviously, we have put their attack down. Ooh, just barely Palkia holds on by a thread, and managed to farm down with the... Oh my... See, this is just the sort of battles that you expect from somebody that's hit Legend rank. This is just so nail biting battles, really close. You just absolutely love to see it. This is my first time watching all these battles all the way through as well, so it's a lot of fun, Palkia against the Avalugg. They're gonna go for an Icy Wind and lower our attack. Gonna be able to do another Aqua Tail. This is probably gonna grab a shield, I want to say. Oh, okay, they caught that onto Giratina. I didn't even notice that. And so, gonna come straight in with the Avalugg. Obviously, Solgaleo does not want to see Giratina at all. That thing pretty much walls poor Solgaleo. So, I don't actually even know if I'm pronouncing that right as well. Just because I've never had the Pokemon, I've never had to actually say it, to be honest. So, correct me in the comments if I'm saying it wrong. Avalugg versus Avalugg here. They're gonna probably go for a Rock Slide and gonna grab a shield there. We can go for match with our own Rock Slide, and that does quite a lot of damage actually. We do manage to catch a Rock Slide. Oh, that is just beautiful. Beautiful catch, beautiful catch. And we do also, that does also leave us with our Avalugg still alive as well to hit for the quadruple super effective against the Ho-Oh. So we're looking quite nice here. It is a bit intimidating. I think they might be able to just farm all the way down with the Ho-Oh, so that's going to be a bit scary. They do still have a shield as well. Okay, they do go for a move, that's okay. They go for the Sacred Fire, and I want to say probably coming with the Palkia, yep. And, oh, managed I just love, catches are just so satisfying. They catch the Brave Bird on the Avalugg. Oh man. And the opponent gives up at that point, quite right. After what was that, 3 catches in that game? I can't remember. Either way, this is insane stuff. Going for the Psychic Fangs against the Ho-Oh. This is going to lower their defense. Obviously the Flamethrower is going to be doing not very much at all, so yeah, Psychic Fangs is pretty much what you want to go for. I think the other moves of choice you have are Iron Head and Solar Beam, I want to say. And yeah, Solgaleo is pretty much walled by Ho-Oh, unfortunately. But it's got a lot of other really great matchups, so that's what else is good. Excuse me. Coming in with the Palkia against the Ho-Oh, they're going to go for Brave Bird, and at this point we can just farm all the way down. And unfortunately they're going to be taking Switch as well as Shield advantage, so it's a bit of an uphill climb here. Just going to go for the Hail Mary and fire off the Draco Meteor. They do shield it up, and at this point they're probably going to throw a Iron Head, and maybe, I can't actually remember what else did they have. I can't remember. Either way, we're going to go for the Icy Wind, get their attack down as low as we can. Thankfully, we did shield up the first one, because this one is going to be doing less damage than the first one, which is quite nice. Does, unfortunately, just leave us with 1 HP. They are able to farm down, so we are going to pack that game in. Palkia against Zygarde. Zygarde complete. This is one that we haven't actually encountered yet in these battles. So, Battle of the Two Titans, Solgaleo versus Zygarde here. Maybe they're wanting to bait out something here, because me personally, if I was on the Zygarde end, I would be staying in with the Zygarde, so they must be wanting to bait something out with the Solgaleo. But I suppose, yeah, obviously Avalugg as well as Palkia are both quite good against the Zygarde, so it makes a bit of sense there. They're going to throw the Earthquake, and that's a beautiful catch in the Palkia, and we are able to farm all the way down. So okay, I see the move here. So you came out in with the Solgaleo to sort of farm all the way, well, not farm all the way down, sorry, to see if you can bait something out. Because they didn't come out with anything, that sort of makes me want to say that the backline is quite weak to Solgaleo. Maybe, I'm going to guess, maybe a Dialga in the back, or a Fairy type, Xerneas, Zacian. That's just my guess. I don't actually know, but we will see in a second once this Solgaleo goes down. And it's a Rhyperior. Okay, I was totally wrong. Yeah, I don't know. It does seem a bit strange why the opponent didn't swap their Rhyperior into the Solgaleo, but is what it is. Avalugg up against the Rhyperior. They're going to go for a Rock Wrecker. That would have definitely taken us out at that point, so smart decision to shield. Go for the double Icy Wind. Sorry, not double Icy Wind, single Icy Wind. Able to reach that, and that's going to take the opponent out. I want to say from that range. Oh, sorry, not quite. they're going to have to be forced to go for a move. And we do have a little bit of health left on Palkia? No, Solgaleo, sorry. We can farm all the way down and take that match. Palkia versus Rayquaza. I think this is positive for the Palkia, but we're going to catch the Breaking Swipe onto the Solgaleo. It is quite nice because of that being 50-50 now. Catching a Breaking Swipe isn't as... I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for. It's not as risky as it was before, just because you're not guaranteed to lose your attack. Obviously, we did lose it there, unfortunately, but we can go for a Psychic Fangs against their Rhyperior, lowering their defense and making it a bit more comfortable for the Palkia that I want to say we're going to end up coming back in with. They're going to let that go through. So yeah, Palkia comes in, and we're going to hit the CMP tie for the Aqua Tail. They're going to shield it up, just because they're going to want to get their move off, and we are going to let it go through. Breaking Swipe going through there. We are going to swap into the Avalugg, and they are going to be able, because we've got 2 shields, we're going to shield up a first Breaking Swipe. Sorry, Rock Wrecker. I'm really bad for the counts for Rhyperior. Sorry about that. They do have a Solgaleo in the back, which isn't looking so good. We do have 2 shields, but we can just go Icy Winds, lower their attack. I'm going to shield up the first move here. They do, unfortunately... actually, no. Iron Head is worse for Avalugg. I was getting totally mixed up between Flamethrower and the other thing, the Iron Head, sorry. Iron Head does a lot of damage there, considering that we've debuffed them a couple of times. They come in with a Rhyperior, and they do actually... The opponent gives up there, which... I don't know, it's... That battle maybe went a bit quick for me, but I thought that probably would have been the opponent's game. Granted, everything was really low health. I think maybe the Palkia would have been able to sweep at the back. I think they were close to farming the Rhyperior all the way down. Would have had a move for the Solgaleo, and I think something else must have been on 1 HP. But yeah, Palkia up against the Rhyperior. Gonna shield a Breaking Swipe. Thankfully, we don't get the attack drop, and they do catch a Aqua Tail onto the Dialga. Unfortunately, this is going to be able to put our Solgaleo in, which is quite nice. Just going to work our way here. This Dialga matchup is really good. Obviously, there's nothing they can throw that is going to be even neutral. Well, actually, Thunder would be neutral, but let's be real. Who runs Thunder on Dialga? Oh, that's so funny. I genuinely didn't even know that they had Thunder there. I will eat my words right then and there. That's so funny. I've played so many Dialga matchups and they never have Thunder. Then one time I'm talking smack about it, they actually have it. That is so funny. Maybe that's actually why they run Thunder on it, because of that matchup there. Either way, that is hilarious. Avalugg up here against the Gutina. This is a really nice match, just because of that Icy Wind, lowering their attack as well as doing a decent chunk of damage. Not going to be able to shield anything because we have no shields. Shadow Ball goes through, and we are just going to outpace them to the next one, I want to say, which we do. Lowering their attack again, probably going to shield this, and at this point they could have built up a bit more energy potentially. I don't actually know. We are just... Okay, no. So we're going to outpace to the next Icy Wind. This is going to take them out. And you have the Rhyperior on like a couple HP. And honestly, these battles are all so close. But yeah. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you stayed to the end, let me know down in the comments below. It's very much appreciated that you're here. Thanks again to the actual Nomad for sending me these battles. It is very much appreciated. Like I say, if anybody else wants to send me battles, reach me on Twitter/X at MaxFTE. Make sure to give a like, give a subscribe, give it all that good stuff. Make sure to comment, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya. Peace.